What's up, weirdos? What's going on, guys? How the hell are you today? All right, let's get the Bitcoin chart up on the screen. A nice little Bitcoin breakout. We're going to talk about why that happened and what we can expect moving forward. All right. Feeling spicy today, guys. Feeling spicy today. How the hell are you? You know what? Let's also, I'm gonna bring up the bubbles because I can, right? But first, Kevin dropping some cheddar. What's up, buddy? The market's given us a chance to take a break from the charts. Sit back, relax. Today's a good day to become a millionaire. Can I get an amen to that? I did some DCAing today as well, guys. It's a good day. If you've been emotional after all the red that we saw last week and stuff, today's a good day to recharge. Like Kevin says here, right? Sit back, relax, put your feet up, know your portfolio is up from where it was last week, and smile, right? It's a good day. It's a good day to have a good day, guys. Absolutely. I agree, Kevin. Absolutely, brother. All right, so just as I had said, guys, if we have a look at Bitcoin's chart here, I told you guys yesterday and I think the day before that we needed to break above this blue line at $115,675, which was resistance and support in the past, and we needed to break above the 30-day SMA, which was going to act as resistance, right? So this point right here, right, is going to act as resistance, right? And it has so far, right? We came close to it. It's sitting at $116,974 right now. We have to break above that. Let's see if we can make it a little more transparent, shall we? A little more, I don't know, trying to make it a little more see-through here. A little more user-friendly, you know what I'm saying? There we go. Good enough. So we got to break above that 30-day SMA, guys. We know that it has acted as a significant level in the past. As you can see right here, it was resistance let's put some circles up, right? You had resistance and support right here. So it was a significant level there. As we go down, what do you have here? You have another significant engagement there. All in here, guys, you have all of these significant levels for the engagement with the 30-day SMA for Bitcoin, right? You get the idea, right? Resistance, 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 resistance. It just continues, right? I mean, look at here. Look at this entire level right here, right? Look at all of the engagement with the 30-day that we have as we continue, right? It continues here. Look at this. Look at the support 3 days in a row here, right? So its significance is not to be underestimated. So it's going to act as resistance here as well. So what we have to do is break above there with some conviction. Will we do it today? Probably not. It's probably going to take a couple of days. As you can see from the past, when it comes to breaking above the 30-day, when we have resistance, like look, we rejected off at how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, before we finally broke above with conviction there. Same thing back here. We fell down below it, rejected, 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 4 or 5 days, and then we broke out. So it's not going to be a today thing. I doubt it's going to be a today thing where we break above the 30-day SMA. But over the next, maybe we do it on the weekend. We've had 4 green weekends in a row. Maybe we do it on like Saturday or Sunday, right? I could see that happening. But again, we'll see. But the active level you want to be paying attention to right now, that 30-day SMA is going to be very, very relevant. And in terms of a daily close, you want to close it obviously above this blue line here at $115,675. You want to close above there, right? That's what we want to see. We want to keep this as support now and work our way up. So that's what you want to be paying attention to. Ramona, what's going on? She says, "What's up, you wealthy weirdos?" Absolutely, absolutely, a bunch of wealthy weirdos. What's going on, guys? Let's get into it a little bit. Let me put the bubbles up on the screen. Let's have a look across the bubbles. Just because, you know what, it's green today. So let's have the bubbles up there. Let's go to the top 100. Looking good, guys. Let's go to the watch list. There we go. Nice green screen for you, right? Let's get into the chat a little bit. See how everybody's doing out there. Paul, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, my friend. Jake the Snake, double bottoms. Yeah, I like them. Absolutely. Blant is in the house. Attila the Hun, let's go. Quentin, I see you, buddy. I see you. Jake the Snake. Roberto, looking forward to the Rule Black Maximus stream tonight. Yes, guys, just so you know, we do have that exclusive Patreon-only live stream tonight with Rule Black and Maximus Crypto and myself. Do not miss that. Spuds, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Guys, make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel. On the way in, it's absolutely free to do. It helps the channel grow. It costs you nothing, right? So go ahead and do that for me. Help us keep this channel pushing to the upside. Let's get it to a new all-time high. What do we got? We got 265 people watching, 56 likes, guys. Come on, let's get those likes up. We can do way better than that. Way better than that. H. Barbarina in the house. What's going on, my dude? Good to see you. William, the man, the consistent legend. Danny Boy picked up my wallet and ready to get some Zebek. Nice. There you go, man. Mario, good to see you, buddy. El Curdo, what's up, man? I don't know why it's giving me everybody's ats. I apologize, but it just gives me your ats instead of your handles now. How you doing, bro? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. If we go parabolic in August and Bitcoin dominance drops sharply, would it be smart to take profits from altcoins in September? Will altcoins correct as well? Well, I will be walking you through that. I know that you're over on the Patreon, man, so that is something I will help walk you through over on the Patreon for sure, my brother. Absolutely. There she is, Gamma Goddess in the house. Did you see XCN released their wallet? Yes. I actually covered it in a video this morning on YouTube, Gamma. Definitely check that video out. I covered their new wallet and I covered their new website as well. So absolutely, hell to the yeah, hell to the yeah. Let's get it. Actually, since you brought up the uh, the Bitcoin dominance, let's have a look at the Bitcoin dominance right now. Let's have a look at the M2 and stuff as well. Let's see what's going on out there on some of our metrics, my friends. Total 2 is breaking out right now, guys. Check this out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. M2 or M2 Total 2 market cap, altcoin market cap is breaking out of this bear flag bull flag right now. We need to get up with some conviction and close outside of here to continue to the upside. So it's looking good on the breakout here for the altcoin market cap. Bitcoin dominance is breaking to the downside here. We're just outside of this bear flag. Will we collapse over the next couple days? Guys, we could be on the precipice right now of something very, very bigly. Very, very bigly. I hope you're ready. I hope you guys' bags are packed, ready for liftoff. Jack stacked and fanny packed. Let's get it, guys. Let's get it. Let's go look at the M2. What's going on over there? I haven't looked at it yet today. Okay. Let's get the M2 up there. Boom. Just kind of sideways today. Just kind of sideways. But we are on our way up. The correlation continues to be perfect, my friends. Continues to play out perfectly. Everything looks juicy for the next move. Let's go. This looks good, guys. I'm excited. I don't know how you couldn't look at it and be excited. I don't know how you couldn't. You're tripping, man. You're tripping. Gamma. Toshi got a Binance listing also. Yes, I saw that you tagged me in that. I think it actually got listed yesterday, though. I want to say that Toshi got listed on Binance US yesterday. That's why it was pumping so hard yesterday, I believe. Andy, my dude, time to make that money. Buy that Nadix dip every day, Rob. Great community, except Spencer. I agree. I mean, we got to do something about that Spencer guy, right? Absolutely, brother. Yes, Nadix, nice little dip on Nadix. Zebek, it's hilarious. Zebek still being counter to the rest of the market. It's crazy how that works, isn't it? Isn't it crazy how Zebek always, kind of is a little bit red? I don't want to say dumps because dump is too strong of a word, but that it's red while the market is green and vice versa. I mean, if we go back over to the bubbles, it's hilarious. It is hilarious. Look at this. What do we got here? Look at this. Red. Market is green. But if we go to the weekly, some things are red. Zebek, green. Green on the weekly. But look at it on the monthly. Boom. 112%. XPR has had a phenomenal week as well, by the way, guys. If you were over on the Patreon, you would have got in on a swing trade there on XPR yesterday. I made about $37,000 yesterday, $35,000 to $37,000 on a swing yesterday on XPR. Guys, you got to get over to the Patreon. You are missing out on opportunities, man. I'm telling you. You got to get in where you fit in, my friends, if you want to make that financial freedom. What else do we have? Gustav, hey Rob, thanks for everything you do. You mentioned earlier that you always take out profits on centralized. I don't talk about Patreon stuff on the YouTube channel, my friend. Ask me on the Patreon live, and I will answer that for you. Go time, what's going on? Big C, another blessed day to be alive. And green one, we want to top it off. Yes. Thanks for your help, Rob, and guiding me and my fellow crypto fam. No problem, man. CK, future millionaire. Let's go. XPR, Nadix, Zebek, Swift. I need this win so I can pay off my house. I will thank Rob forever. Hey, absolutely, man. That's the goal, right? That's what I'm really looking forward to. And I really hope that the Patreon community doesn't make the mistake of, going out and buying a Lambo before you pay off your mortgage. Don't be that guy, right? Don't be that guy. No one wants to be that guy. All right, what else do we have? House hippos. Yes, you know what? We have not had. We've not had the house hippos. We haven't had the house hippo pump in about a week and a half. So you know what we're gonna do right now, guys? We're gonna have the house hippo pump right now.
It's nighttime in a kitchen just like yours. All is quiet. Or is it? The North American house hippo is found throughout Canada and the eastern United States. House hippos are very timid creatures and are rarely seen, but they will defend their territory if provoked. They come out at night to search for food, water, and materials for their nests. The favorite foods of the house hippo are chips, raisins, and the crumbs from peanut butter on toast. They build their nests in bedroom closets, using lost mittens, dryer lint, and bits of string. The nests have to be very soft and warm. House hippos sleep about 16 hours a day.
That looked really real, but you knew it couldn't be true, didn't you?
Hell yeah, house hippo pump in full effect. Let's get it. What do we got? Candyman, question. What do cheap hotels and designer jeans have in common? No ballroom. Well played, sir. Well played indeed. I dig it. That was a good one. Yesterday's was really good, though. Yesterday's was really good. What do we got? What do we got? Go time. I bought another Millimiria in the red yesterday, and boom, it's in the green today. There you go, man. That's how it's done. That is how it's done. Let's get this party started. My pockets are feeling heavier today. Absolutely. Wise Tron, what's going on? Good afternoon, Rob. Thanks for everything you do. Patreon was on fire today. Yeah, Andy put that fire out, though, man. You don't mess around. You don't mess around with my fellow Scotsman. Happy Thor's Day. Absolutely. Crypto J505 in the house. Don't sleep on Pith. Hell yeah. I bought Pith and Miria yesterday. Nice. Remember when BTC dropped to 70K? Pepperidge Farmer members. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I remember when you see, that's how crazy it is, guys. It's an emotional roller coaster. You guys remember when I was telling you guys when Bitcoin was at like 96K, I said we were going down to 74, and so many people got mad at me for saying that. And then we dropped down to 74 exactly. And then I said we were going back up, and people got mad at me for saying we were going back up and told me we were going into a bear market and that I should shut my mouth, right? And now here we are sitting at $116,500. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's an emotional roller coaster for sure. AF, happy Thursday, big brother Rob and community. Everyone make sure to smash the like button and follow brother Rob. Yes, absolutely, guys. Make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe to the channel. Like I said, it helps us grow, and it's free, guys. It's absolutely free, right? Another local. Let's go green weekend ahead. Over the top in the house. Join the best Patreon group, guys, says AF. Absolutely. Lion, everyone, let's have some respect for Rob. Show love, show support, hit that like button, and let him know his work doesn't go unnoticed. Absolutely. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Strawberry Dragon in the house. Another exciting day. We're getting closer. Stay patient. Yes. BK Sal, what's up, man? What's good? Scooped up daily, swift and well. There you go, man. There you go. You can't go wrong with those scoop ups. Ondo got listed on Robinhood today? Was that today? It's only up 4%. It didn't really get any kind of a pump because of it. Huh. What's up, guys? We are close to liftoff, says Paul. Absolutely, man. Jake the Snake. I financed my Lambo based on being pre-rich. Smart. I mean, smart's a matter of perspective, I suppose, right? It's a relative term. Diz, what's going on, man? Ty, nice to see you, brother. Swap my XPR profit to Miria. Thanks to you, brother Rob. There you go, man. There you go. Shut your... Ready for Jasmine to make a run. Longer consolidation is good, though. Yes, absolutely. Hey, when Jasmine pops, it's going to pop, man. It's going to pop to pop, pop, pop. Make your teeth go pop, 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 pop. AF, yes, it was listed yesterday. Oh, okay. Huh, I'll have to look into that because it didn't really get any kind of a listing pump. kind of flew under the radar. Jared, grab some more Nadix and Moonwell for great. There you go, brother. You can't go wrong there, man. I dig it. I dig it. All right, let's get into the news. Danny's in the house. He showed up. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Hope you're having a good day in the shadows, lurking like a perpetrator. All right, what's going on out there in the news today, my friends? Let's get into it. But first, as we always do about this time, we got to give a quick shout out to the channel sponsor, Decent Biometric Wallet. Not your keys, not your coins, guys. Simply use our link down below. Get yourself a phenomenal deal, 2-for-1 deal on the biometric wallet right now, guys. Get it while the getting's good. Get in where you fit in. Use our link. Keep your crypto safe. Mary says, we here, baby. Absolutely, we here. Big things popping, little things stopping. All right, let's keep it rolling, keep it going here. People want the news, not the weather. Let's check it out. Boston Fed president signals likely 2025 interest rate cut. RH reposted 6 hours ago. Ondo and Floki. Oh, Robinhood. Okay, I'll have to look it up. Boston Federal Reserve President Susan M. Collins reaffirms potential for an interest rate cut this year, contingent upon inflation trends aligning with the Fed's 2% target. Market speculation intensifies, anticipating economic impacts on cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum once rate cuts are verified, affecting liquidity and risk assets. Boston Fed President Susan Collins remarked on a projected U.S. interest rate cut in 2025. She linked this action to inflation modeling towards the central bank's 2% objective. Market observers are closely watching these developments given recent economic data. Jed said, I just want to know what Pelosi is buying. Amen to that, man. Amen to that. With the market factoring in a 90% likelihood of a 25 basis point rate cut by September, there's speculation of another one in October. These prospects are propelled by soft labor data and tepid manufacturing outputs. If enacted, this marks a trend towards accommodating monetary policy, likely influencing risk appetites across financial sectors. Quote, I expect one interest rate cut in 2025 contingent on confirmation that inflation continues trending towards 2% target. Did you know recent Fed rate cut cycles in 2019 and 2020 spurred capital rotation into cryptocurrencies and tech sectors, with notable rallies in Bitcoin and Ethereum illustrating the macro sensitivity of digital currencies? So there you go, guys. So not only do we have a 90% rate cut possibility in September now, but now there's speculation that we're going to see another one in October, right? It's going to be very, very interesting, man. Very, very interesting. The market's going to go very, very nicely, very, very juicy if that happens. That's why you need to be paying attention, guys. You have to be paying attention on a daily basis. And why did the market start to pump today? Well, Anthony Pompliano is going to explain it right now.
The White House is rumored to have President Trump sign an executive order today that would allow individuals to buy Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in their 401k retirement accounts. This is a massive development for the crypto industry, and it's one that should have happened a very long time ago. Now, there's an estimated $43 trillion in all U.S. retirement accounts. That's a lot of money. And that includes about $9 trillion in defined contribution plans like 401ks. To put that in perspective, the entire crypto industry's market cap is less than $4 trillion. So this executive order will open up a significant pool of capital to flood into Bitcoin and crypto assets. Now, plenty of people, they're going to moan and complain about the White House doing this. Who cares? Go cry somewhere else. Yeah. They're going to claim that Bitcoin's risky. They're going to screech about how inappropriate it is for individuals to be given the ability to allocate their retirement funds how they see fit. That's all nonsense. Literally, it is just noise. First of all, every American should be allowed to do whatever they want with their money. If you want to gamble, knock yourself out. I wouldn't recommend it. But why should the government tell you what to do with your money? And if you want to speculate on a new company, go for that too. And if you want to invest in Bitcoin, there should be no politician or regulator that gets in your way if that's what you want to do. Now, for the critics, your job is not to stop people from doing what they want with their money. Your task is to increase financial education in America so people make intelligent, rational decisions. If you don't want people gambling, go explain to them the high loss ratio. If you don't want them speculating on a penny stock, educate the person on the benefits of long-term compounding and high-quality assets. The days of treating American citizens like they are a bunch of idiots, it's over, baby. The rise of sophisticated, self-directed retail investors is upon us. Many of these individuals are outperforming the institutional investors. Are there people who will screw up and make bad decisions? Of course, but that's also how you learn. We must bring back personal responsibility. We don't need a maternalistic state micromanaging the individual investment portfolios of our people. In fact, if the critics really wanted to take up an important cause, I got a better idea for them. They should start questioning why so many American retirement accounts are directed to holding U.S. treasuries. These assets are essentially guaranteed to lose value over long periods of time, and a retirement account is reportedly optimized for the long term. So if we are willing to let people put their retirement account in the high-risk asset of treasuries, why can't they buy Bitcoin? For example, the iShares 20-plus year Treasury Bond ETF, the Treasury bonds, has lost nearly 50% of its value in the last 5 years. Antiquated financial advisors are out here obliterating boomer portfolios with the outdated 60-40 portfolio allocation. Treasuries are down only, and Bitcoin is up only over the long run. So unleash the retirement accounts, give people their freedom back, and let the investors have a fighting chance to save themselves from the financial disaster that awaits them if they can only allocate to the quote-unquote safe investments of the past. These investors need a fighting chance to invest because the US dollar is being destroyed. Creative Planning's Peter Mallouk writes that over the last 50 years, the purchasing power of the US consumer dollar has fallen by over 83%. At the same time, the S&P 500 has increased by over 150x, even after accounting for inflation. That's why you need to invest. So this is not rocket science. People just need a shot at outpacing this insane currency debasement. Galaxy's Mike Novogratz was on CNBC this morning, and he explained the significance of opening this retirement account market to Bitcoin and crypto. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Bull market. Enjoy it while it lasts. Never does. We're in a bull market. Trump last night came out and talked about crypto assets being eligible for 401ks. That's a monster pool of capital. And what we're just seeing is through these treasury companies, through all kinds of different avenues, the aperture of being able to buy crypto being widened and widened and widened. More avenues bringing people into the tent. I think one of the things that I actually didn't even comprehend is these treasury companies have done so well. The public equity markets are so much bigger than what the crypto markets were. And so as we're really broadening our reach through public equities into our asset class, you're just seeing tons of money pour in.
So game on, ladies and gentlemen. The critics are up in arms, but they're on the wrong side of history. Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay, and now they're coming to a retirement account near you.
Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Big news. That is why Bitcoin started to pump today. That's why the market started to pump today. Trump comes through with another big executive order. Very, very bullish. Jake the Snake, there are no safe investments anymore. The banking cartel has manipulated fiat currencies to the point where everything is risky. May as well look for the best potential ROI. Amen to that, man. Amen to that. Bitcoin short positions face a massive liquidation threat. Bum, bum, bum. Let's get into it, guys. Crypto analyst Rover CRC has highlighted that over $18 billion in Bitcoin short positions face liquidation if Bitcoin price hits 125K, suggesting a potential shift in the market dynamics. The development raises prospects of heightened volatility in Bitcoin and correlated assets, as traders prepare for possible price surges leading to significant market movements. Over $18 billion in Bitcoin short positions risk liquidations if Bitcoin reaches 125K. Reported by analysts, we know the scenario hints at a major short squeeze and potential market volatility. Increased Twitter and Instagram discussions referencing his alert, significant heightened attention from derivatives traders. Primary figure Rover CRC, known for on-chain data and analysis, highlighted the issue. No official response from Bitcoin Core members or major exchange executives has been found regarding this event. The possible liquidation event could notably impact Bitcoin and other altcoins like Ethereum. Market sentiment shows increased risk appetite, suggesting traders anticipate higher cryptocurrency volatility. Such events might also affect industry sectors, stirring regulatory discussions. Heightened trader activity is already evident following alerts from analysts and market participants. Wolf Bane, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, man. Financial markets could witness shifts, especially in crypto derivatives markets. With amplified volatility, institutional investors may adjust allocations to anticipate these shifts. Guys, let's go have a look at the Russell. Let's see what the risk on appetite is on the Russell right now. Still in a bull flag, guys. We've got to get rid of the M2 here. Let's hide that. So the Russell's still inside a bull flag. This breakout is going to be absolutely phenomenal, guys. Phenomenal. So we're waiting for this to break out. Now the Russell, if you don't know what it is, really quick, the Russell is basically small cap stocks, right? And why we use the Russell is because it correlates with the altcoin market very, very well, because it represents an appetite for risk on investments, right? So whenever, like if we go back in time, like I've showed you guys in the past, if we go back to the previous bull run right here, we saw the breakout on the Russell in 2021, right? And look what happened to the Russell. It went crazy. Well, at the exact same time, so we got what, July 2020, same time. If we go to the total 2, you will see that at the same time right here, oh wait, that's August, sorry, right here, July, January 2020, where is it now? June, yeah, right here, July. This was where the Russell went crazy. Well, look what happened in the altcoin market cap as well. It went crazy at the exact same time, right? So in saying that, guys, you always want to be paying attention to outside metrics like the Russell, for example, the M2 money supply, the total 2, Bitcoin dominance. There's so many different metrics. I never recommend, one of the things I teach over on the Patreon is not to use just one tool or one metric to try to gauge where the market is going and when it's going there, right? I prefer to use 8 to 10 different tools and metrics combined, because you're going to get an average that's going to be far more accurate, because some metrics and tools are going to tell you the market's going to go one way. Like if you're using your fibs might tell you it's going one way, or if you're using I don't know, the Elliott wave theory or whatever the case might be, right? It might tell you the market's going one way, but if you're using a different tool, it might tell you the market's going in an opposite way, some other metric, right? So that's why if you use a good solid 8 to 10 metrics and tools combined, you're going to get an average of a more accurate answer, right? So that's why you have to be diversified in your ability to utilize metrics, tools, and whatnot, right? And if you want training and coaching and that kind of stuff, get over to the Patreon, my friends. You do not want to miss out on all we have to offer over there. So yeah. All right, what else do we have? We got all kinds of things, guys. We got the fries that'll cross your eyes, as you know.
For the biggest news and exclusives.
I gotta mute that while the commercial plays. But former House Speaker Paul Rand on Trump's tariff agenda, Fed independence, and BLS chief Oster. Muted.
House Paul Ryan. He's currently a partner at Solomar Capital and vice chairman at Teneo, and it's good to see you, sir.
Morning.
I'm curious what you make of the dialogue here as it relates to both the tariff issue and the Fed issue. We have so many former Treasury secretaries. Yeah. Everybody's trying to figure out what's really going on. Everyone's a little worried about whether the numbers are even going to be real in the future. What do you think?
Well, I think we're kind of driving the car with 2 feet, 1 foot on the gas, 1 foot on the brake.
On the gas, we've got good tax policy that's pro-growth. We've got regulatory relief coming, and we've got this AI boom that's going to be great for productivity. On the brake, tariff uncertainty, and a debt crisis on the horizon, which is going to mess with interest rates. So I think all of that combustible mixture is giving people cause for concern. The latest jobs numbers weren't so good. So I think that's what we're talking about. And the whole point of this conference is, what do you do to revive American prosperity and continue it? So, there's definitely a tariff discussion that's happening.
There's a huge tariff discussion. Yeah. How big a deal do you think that is right now?
I think it's the biggest deal right now of anything that's out there. It's the uncertainty.
And do you believe that the market has tariffs actually built in, or do you think that the market believes there's still an opportunity or a moment that this administration will quote unquote blink?
I think the market thinks that. I don't think that that's the case.
Okay, so you think let's just break that, unpack that.
Yeah.
You think the market?
I think the market thinks everything is going to be calm soon, and I just don't.
Calm, and that what the tariffs are going to go away?
No, they're just going to settle into some easy, predictable place, and I just don't think that that's going to happen. Why do I think that? I think it's more than likely that the Supreme Court knocks out IEEPA, the law that's being used for these tariffs, which doesn't have the word tariff in it. Then the president's going to have to go to other laws to justify tariffs. 232, 201, 301. There's a bunch of laws. Those are harder laws to operate with. They're dual tracking it right now. So you have these agreements. I spent a lot of time on trade agreements. That's what one of my jobs in Congress was at Ways and Means. And these agreements could be a little upended if he loses in court. Then he's going to have to revive a tariff. Plus, I think they justify tariffs based on trade deficits. I don't think that's the way to go, but then they threw a tariff on Brazil at 50%, and we have a trade surplus with Brazil. So there's no sort of rationale for this other than, just the president wanting to raise tariffs based upon his whims, his opinions. And so I think choppy waters are ahead, because I think they're going to have some legal challenges. And so I think it's going to be a while before this settles in. I think the market would like to see a predictable tariff policy that's settled in.
But do you think long-term there's a permanence to these tariffs? Because the other issue, it's come up here, which is once you put them in, the revenue becomes part of the budget.
I think that's right. Actually, if you remember, Kevin Brady and I were pushing the border adjustment tax before the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which now was made permanent. And we always knew we were going to end up with the tax law we have today. But our ideal policy was a border adjustment tax. This actually gets you closer to that. So I do think you're going to see, let's just say, $300 billion of revenue from tariffs. It's going to be pretty hard for the next president to turn that off or walk away from that, because that next president could be just as protectionist. Joe Biden didn't take these tariffs off when he became president. But the problem is, I think tariffs are the wrong way to go. It makes you unproductive. It lowers living standards. It's bad for our industries long term. Good short-term politics, bad long-term economics. But the tax base is looking more like what we would call a border adjustment tax. We have full expensing permanent, and we're getting this tariff revenue from trade deficits. You could actually parlay this into a cash flow border adjustment tax, and it would be far superior, economically speaking, than this tariff uncertainty. That's, to me, a long-term way out of these woods. But I do think we're going to have tariffs for a while, and I think the government's going to see this revenue. And with the deficits we have, it's going to be hard to turn that off.
What about the Fed? How concerned are you or not
no,
about
I'm not. I think the Kevins are great. I don't want to.
Which Kevin do you like?
I'm not going to say that because I don't want to hurt either of these people. I think Waller. I think the people that he's considering are qualified people. They'd all be good Fed chairs, and I think I'm not too worried about this.
The whole idea that whoever this next Fed chair is has to effectively pledge either loyalty or just the idea that they are going to lower interest rates, right? By the way, the market
we should be lowering interest rates.
Hold on.
We're going into an interest rate cutting environment.
So do you think we're late? Do you think the Powell is too late at this point?
I don't know. I don't think I'm qualified to say that. I think the tariff uncertainty is still a thing, and I think it's wise to wait for that. But with the latest labor market activity, I think September is the right time. But
real quick, for him to say two things he just said that I did like. You might not like the guy, but one, he said it is time to be cutting rates, and I agree with that. And the second thing he said that you never hear anybody say, I'm not qualified to answer that, like to know. How many people say that? Right? That is a breath of fresh air.
Look, you got Cash Gary coming up here. Right. Ask Neil about that. My point is, we have an independent Federal Reserve. We have a Humphrey Hawkins law. I spent a lot of time in this law that makes an independent Fed. The president's going to do what he's going to do. We're still going to have an independent Fed. I'm not worried about that changing.
Right.
That law is not going to change. That takes 60 votes in the Senate. That's not going to happen. And all these people they're looking at for Fed chair are qualified people. So, and plus, if we were having to go into interest increasing environment and we were at this posture, I'd be a little worried. But we're going into an interest rate cutting environment anyway. So I'm just not worried about its independence ultimately being threatened.
You're a data guy. You like numbers. BLS. You saw that last Friday and you thought what?
It's more than an eye-rolling exercise. I Googled Bill Beach. Bill Beach is for Republicans, he's impeccable conservative Republican economic credentials. He was Trump 1's BLS administrator, and he said this is absolutely groundless. So I would look at what Bill Beach said, Trump's first BLS administrator, and echo his sentiments. I think the story goes away if they replace her, I forgot her name, with like a legitimate person. If they put a political hack in there, then this is going to be really troubling. But if they put somebody who's qualified in there, the story probably goes away. But yeah, I think it was a norm-breaking episode, and we have a lot of those these days.
Are you surprised that there haven't been more people speaking out about that?
No, because it's the BLS. I mean, how many of us pay attention to the BLS? I mean, they have to fix their surveys. There's some issues with the way that household survey works, and there's work to be done there. But that it is so out of the mainstream, no one thinks about the BLS. It's set for geeks who pay attention to this stuff.
I got a different one for you. One of the things, and Joe and I were talking about it earlier, we were showing some tape of Brian Moynihan responding to the president. You know, the president has an executive order around this idea that banks have been discriminating against conservatives. I'm curious as somebody who's a conservative, whether you think that's true.
If it's true, it's absolutely outrageous. And so they ought to be able to fix this with regulations to make sure that that doesn't happen. If you're debanking someone based upon their political beliefs, that's totally outrageous. I don't know to what extent that has happened, if it's happened. I don't know the answer.
Well, that's the question. No, I'm curious. In the circles you travel,
I've not heard that in the circles I travel. In Wisconsin, I live in Janesville, Wisconsin. I've not heard that happens to conservatives, but maybe it is. I don't know, but this ought to be settled pretty easily through, clear regulations.
But I think part of what's happened, and this is what we were discussing, is there are industries where maybe more conservatives have sort of flowed into them. Crypto, for example, the gun industry and the like. And so I think what was happening prior was the banks that have their regulations obviously around
ESG,
or either around reputational risks or anti-money laundering. And so there was a concern about that with crypto. And so that was what I think.
Yeah, there was some ESG stuff on that. If you remember, I forgot what Sam Brownback's organization is called, but there was a religious freedom organization that got debanked. So there were episodes of this. So now that you say it, I do recall some episodes of conservatives being debanked. And that's wrong. And that should not happen in the future.
Separately, I want to ask you to respond to this, because yesterday in Aspen, I talked to the former Treasury Secretary, Stephen Mnuchin, about President Trump's plans to issue dividends to Americans from the tariff revenue. And this is what he had to say about it.
I'd like to see it as deficit reduction. I think, many of us are concerned about the size of the deficit, and there's really only two ways of dealing with that. One is growing the economy, and two is creating more revenues. So, no, we should be using the tariff revenue for deficit reduction.
Okay, so
ditto. Agree.
Ditto?
Yeah, you'd have to go through Congress to do that anyway, and I just don't see that. Literally, the way you'd do it would go through reconciliation. This is not viable. So he can't just do it. He'd have to go through Congress.
We were trying to ask him about how he would do it yesterday. He didn't really answer that question.
You would have
You
would have to go. We did rebates before. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a fan of these Keynesian stimulus programs. But Steve's right. It should go toward deficit reduction.
And then finally, I wanted to ask you about some comments Bessent made. He said they were misconstrued last week, but around Social Security and these new bonds that effectively the baby bonds that are going to happen, and whether long term you wouldn't need Social Security.
Well, I spent a lot of time on this issue as well. No, you still need Social Security. I'm sure Scott didn't mean that. The Social Security is insolvent in 2032. There's a big problem. There's about a 26% benefit cut across the board that happens when that occurs. We need to get ahead of that. And the best way to do that is to grow. My kids are going to get a negative 1% rate of return on their Social Security taxes. So we ought to be able to reform the program so they can get a better rate of return.
Right.
These bonds won't be enough to replace that. But we should reform the program so that it can get better returns for future retirees in a package that actually saves it from insolvency.
You might not like him, but he did have some valid points. You got to give him that, right? You got to give him that. Okay, what do we have in the chat? We got a couple super chats. Get into Jay. Rob always shows up on green and red. That's why he always has my support. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you. And we got BK Sal. So if I want to use the XCN wallet, hang on a second here. If I want to use the XCN wallet, do I have to unstake and send it to the wallet and then restake? Yes, you do. If you're staking it on your XCN wallet versus your Coinbase wallet, yes, you have to unstake it, move it, and then restake it. So yes. All right. What else do we have? Boom. Okay. SBI proposes Japan's first Bitcoin XRP ETF amid growing crypto interest. SBI Holdings, Japan's largest financial conglomerate, has taken a bold step towards integrating cryptocurrencies into the mainstream of finance by filing applications for 2 pioneering exchange-traded funds with the Financial Services Agency. Following a recent crypto news flash highlight, SBI's latest report confirms that Ripple Payments is now being actively used by over 100 financial institutions across 55 countries. A recent chart from SBI highlights explosive growth in crypto exchange accounts, showing a 91.9% increase from June of 2023 to June of 2025. The combined customer base of SBI, VC Trade, and Bitpoint surged from roughly 889,000 to over 1.7 million accounts in just 2 years. As shown in the graph below, as of July 29th, 2025, the total deposit balance reached JPY 870 billion, with SBI VC Trade alone exceeding JPY 600 billion, signaling deepening investor engagement. The proposed ETFs could have profound implications on the market prices of Bitcoin and XRP. If approved, the crypto asset ETF would provide institutional and retail investors with a regulated vehicle to invest in both assets, potentially driving significant capital inflows. SBI is actively aligning its product development strategy with Japan's evolving regulatory landscape as the Financial Services Agency moves toward treating crypto assets as financial instruments. The firm, nevertheless, has outlined 2 major investment trusts and ETF proposals as shown in the image below. Boom. Gold and crypto assets, digital gold, and Tokyo Stock Exchange listed Bitcoin and XRP. Furthermore, the first blends traditional gold ETF with a 49% exposure to crypto assets, branding it as digital gold hybrid. The second target directs listings of Bitcoin and XRP ETFs on the Tokyo Stock Exchange, offering mainstream investors a new gateway into digital assets. Importantly, these products are as the designed to meet the growing appetite for diversified, regulated exposure to crypto in Japan's maturing financial ecosystem. Increased of the institutional adoption could enhance liquidity and price stability for Bitcoin, which has already seen robust growth. It's actually going up right now as I'm talking. Following the approval of the spot Bitcoin ETF in the US. As for XRP, formal recognition as a regulated investment asset in Japan could boost investor confidence, particularly given its current price suppression due to the regulatory uncertainties. Analysts suggest that ETF approvals could catalyze a price surge for XRP, with a current price at $3 having a 1.77% increase daily, can potentially push it towards a projected $3.50 to $15. I don't see a $15 XRP in this bull run. However, I would add a caveat to that, guys. We did see about a month and a half ago a spot XRP ETF approval in Canada, and that did not boost the price of XRP one iota. So keep that in mind. Let's go back over to the Bitcoin chart again. So there we go, guys. We got to get above this spot right here. We got to get above the 30-day SMA sitting at $116,982. That's what you want to be paying attention to. If you want to know where we need to close our daily candle, we need to close above this blue line here, $115,675. Those are your targets to watch for the day. Wendy, I see you. How you doing? Blessings, John. Good to see you, my friend. Doge proved your politicians stole Social Security money. There you go. BK Sal, no problem, man. That boy Nebs, Master Rob, what's going on with Miria's price action? Are we in a reversal now? I'm seeing something in the charts. Just don't know what that something is. Everything's pumping right now, well, for the most part, right? So, yeah, Miria's looking juicy today, up 9.2%. It's looking good, man. Shannon with the dropping some cheddar. Bribing my way to 50 out of 50 push-ups. Well, I guess that's one way to do it, right? That's one way to do it, I suppose. Absolutely. All right, guys, I got a coaching call I got to get to over on the Patreon. If you would like guidance, if you need coaching calls, if you need one-on-one time with me, guys, you want to talk to me personally, one-on-one or in a group setting in real time, get over to the Patreon, book yourself into our coaching calls. We're there to help you front run the market, get out before everybody else does. We've already helped 43 people hit seven-figure portfolios just this year, and many, many more have hit high six figures, guys. So if you want to be next, get over to the Patreon community, join the 10% club today. The link is in the description. It's in the pinned comments. Guys, we're live there every single day. We do coaching calls, mentorship, swing trade opportunities, microcap gems, daily altcoin picks, and exclusive Patreon-only live streams and content. Check it out today, guys. It's less than the price of a cup of coffee, my friends. Not kidding you here. You're going to miss out if you're not a part of the community. Join thousands of other members today. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.